When we were going to buy our EarthRoamer, I spent hours scouring the internet, looking for every single video I could find, zooming in on every photo, just to see how many details I could learn about this before I actually showed up and saw it in person. So today, I'm gonna show you everything that's included on the inside. Come on in. Now, it's important to note that every single EarthRoamer is a little bit different because they're all custom made for the owner. Now, for us, we bought ours pre-roamed, so that means we didn't customize this, but we have some plans to customize in the future. And just know that everything you see here is really specific to our LTS. So starting here in the back, the door is in the very, very back of the unit, and it has a really nice blackout shade that pops up, goes all the way up here so that you can really black out this entire space. It's really nice for sleeping. Up here is also a giant flashlight as well, so that you have something easy to grab if you're just heading out at night and you need a little bit of extra lighting. The really nice thing about this door, and actually all doors and locks on the EarthRoamer, is they're all controlled by the key fob for the car. So at nighttime when you want ready to lock up, you just grab your keys, hit lock, and this door locks for you. All right, behind me here on this panel, we've got Bose surround sound speakers. So there's a few of these around the entire EarthRoamer. I'll point them all out, but it makes it really nice so you can just have music in your whole space. We also have got one of the first 4 control panels here. These have exterior, so awning, steps, exterior lighting. So there's lights outside, which we'll show you in another video, all the outside features. And then we have interior lighting, overhead, indirect ceiling, floor, galley. So that way you have a lot of options, and it's easy if you just walk in the door, click your lighting, make sure you can see as you're entering your EarthRoamer. You've got 6 drawers here, and they are in a few different sizes. These top ones are a little bit more shallow, medium, and then the largest ones are down here. You can see how big these are. This one, we keep all of our dog supplies in, but you can see that this bin, how deep it is, that fits perfectly inside of the drawer for our dog food. These are actually hold a lot of different stuff. In order to maximize space, we've been using a lot of different packing cubes, so we can easily just grab our things, throw it in here, not have a mess of stuff. And we're actually using these compression packing cubes, which I love, that really make sure that we can keep all of our stuff as much as possible in here without feeling like we're overwhelmed with things. I'll add some links in the descriptions for things like these packing cubes or other things that I'm gonna show you that we've used to pack our EarthRoamer. And if there's anything we don't link or don't mention and you see it, send us a comment and then we'll respond back and give you a link so you can use those things if you see something you like. Last thing on this panel is we got this big AC unit. It's rear AC, and it's just a super powerful one here in the back. There's 2 AC systems you can turn on. This is one of them. In the middle here, we've got our wine cabinet, which I think something really special about EarthRoamers is that cabinets are lit on the inside, which is beautiful. And then if we actually turn our Galley lights, we can have them turn on and off when you open and close cabinets too, which is, I think, just a really fun feature. We are not huge wine drinkers, so until we get a few bottles of wine right now, we've decided to store our water bottles in here and our little tiny portable blender, which fits really perfectly inside of this space too. Now for our custom branded EarthRoamer wine glasses, you might be wondering, how do they not break in here? How do they not rattle around as we're driving off-road? And that's something that EarthRoamer has done really, really well with all of the dishware, is making sure that it's arranged in a way that's not gonna break and you can still have nice glasses on the road. So for this one, there's a plank here. You can pull all the way out and then your EarthRoamer glasses will pull out and you just push it back in here and they're super secure. They're not going anywhere. Down here, it's just a few tools like your wine bottle openers, etc. I just live right here underneath. Down here, you've got a heater vent as well. So when you turn on the heat, you've got some floor heating that comes out this way. Same on the other side underneath the fridge. The last thing on this back wall is this big closet piece. And I'm particularly proud of how we decided to organize this closet. You've got a ton of space back here. We decided to go with these IKEA shoe boxes, and they actually just Velcro open, And so it's a really easy way for us to organize and grab our more frequently used clothing items. Instead of having to open up the drawers or open up the compression cubes, we just stacked them on in here, put a few up here at the top. There is a whole hanging bar as well. So we just hung a few coats here on the side, but you could technically use this whole space for hanging items. One problem that I was working through as I was thinking about packing our EarthRoamer is how do we store all of our toiletry items, right? The liquids that are going to spill, but I don't want to get overheated if I throw them in the back. I got these tiny plastic bins from Target that I'm putting a lot of my extra liquid toiletries in here, and they just slide in really nicely next to these packing cubes. And because they stack and they're just shoved right on in here, they really haven't rattled around at all, hasn't been an issue, and then I get a little extra storage here. This one actually has an outlet down here. So we've got a few things plugged in already, but I will plug my hairdryer in here, and I have this full-length mirror right behind me to use as I'm getting ready, doing my hair, my makeup, with an outlet right here. So that is a really convenient feature that EarthRoamer has thought of, is where do you need outlets? One's tucked right in here so you can charge things or whatever, close it in the cabinet, and keep going with your life. I want to point out something that I think is really special about EarthRoamer, and it's their handles and locks. These just pop in and lock and they don't rattle around. It's flush with the door so that you're not going to run into anything at all. It's just a really easy way to keep everything secure and not be bulky on the inside. Right next to the closet is the bathroom. I think the strategic placement of the closet and the bathroom together is brilliant, because one thing that you can do with these is this opens, and so does this, and you can create a little tiny changing private area back here. That way when you're taking a shower, you can close these together, have a little extra room back here. You want a little extra privacy, you can grab your clothes in the closet, you can get dressed in your little nook area and have a little bit extra space and privacy so it doesn't feel quite so claustrophobic when you're in the shower. The shower and bathroom is a complete wet bath, so it's all one unit here together. There's a lot of hooks in here. You've got two on the back here for towels and other things. You've got two here on the side, and you've got two way back here as well. So there's plenty of hook spaces here in the bathroom. You've also got a medicine cabinet here, which pops open and has a lot of storage on the inside as well, which is really helpful. And then a mirror here and a mirror here. This one doesn't pop open, just there to be a mirror. A tiny little corner sink here. This one, again, is pretty small. It's not the easiest to brush your teeth in or wash your face. So we typically do that in the kitchen sink, but this one's perfect just for washing your hands after using the bathroom. Because it's a wet bath, the fear is what do you do with your toilet paper? So here, it just lives in this tiny little compartment. It folds down, same exact latch as all the other latches. Just tuck it away when you shower and it doesn't get wet at all. On this side of the shower, we've got the shower head here, which can move up and down, so whatever height you are. And then the shower head pops off as well. And there's your spray nozzle here so that you can use it in that way. So it's actually really quite convenient. And this is so tall. One thing to note is that this EarthRoamer, I think, has 7-foot ceilings roughly. Jacob, who's 6'5", fits perfectly in the shower. He fits perfectly in the EarthRoamer, which is a huge factor for us when we were choosing which off-road vehicle we wanted, was to make sure that he could actually fit and shower and use the bathroom and be on the inside without being too squished. We've here just got a little bit of extra storage. And then there's also a clothesline in here, and this pulls all the way out, hooks on this side so you can dry your clothes in here. And how they dry so well is there's actually a heater right here in the bathroom. So when you turn on the heat to your EarthRoamer, it's gonna heat this space as well. So you could turn on the heat, put your clothes in here, shut the door, and it's gonna create a nice little sauna area for your clothes to dry pretty quickly. Alternatively, you could also turn on the fan up here. It's just one button. It starts spinning, sucks all the air out, and makes a really nice place to dry things as well. You are using a cassette toilet in the EarthRoamers, which do get a little bit smelly, and so it's nice to have the fan on when you're in here and using the bathroom. When you're not actually like using the toilet, like have that cassette piece open, it really doesn't have that much of a smell. It's like this much noticeable. When it's completely open, when you're using the bathroom, you can smell a little bit more if the fan isn't open. So really overall, I'd say not bad, but also like one of those things, right, about not having like true plumbing like you would inside of a house. The cassette toilet is really easy to use. Honestly, it's just a little bit of water, you have a flush, you open it, just kind of, it's like an airplane toilet, more or less. One thing that EarthRoamer did, which I think, again, is just so brilliant, is right here under the mirror is where your light switches are. And so you can turn the bathroom lights on and off right from in here, but there's also a little bit of a nightlight down here, which doesn't look like much in the daytime, but at nighttime, you don't have to blast your eyes with a full lighting. You just come in, turn on the little nightlight. It's just enough to use at nighttime. It's the perfect amount of light. Let's talk kitchen. On this side of the kitchen, we've got a microwave up here, and it actually is also it's a convection microwave, so it's a little bit of an oven, a little bit of a microwave. We haven't tried the oven feature of this yet. I'm not gonna put a ton of hope into the oven working like a normal oven would, but definitely gonna try it out. Microwave works beautifully. Like, it draws a lot of power, but because the amount of solar on this thing, you can heat up a meal, like a 10-minute microwave meal. If you're outside daytime in the sun, no change in your power at all. It's pretty incredible. Here we got a fridge freezer combo, and this top part is the freezer, bottom part is the fridge. Keeps things really cool, keeps things actually frozen in here. So that's a really nice feature, that you've got tons of space, so you can have food here for a week, 2 weeks, for your whole trip. Over here on this side of the kitchen, we've got a 2-burner induction stovetop, which specifically uses induction cookware, which EarthRoamer actually provides for you in your EarthRoamer, which is really nice. These heat up really well. You can cook 2 things at the same time, which is perfect for a typical dinner. We've got a really nice deep sink. So like I was saying, we use this one for brushing our teeth, washing our faces, doing the dishes. It's just so much more space. It's way less cramped. This spout is actually a filtered drinking water spout. You can filter your water as it goes into the EarthRoamer, which is what we do, but there's an additional filter. So it gets like twice filtered for cold drinking water straight from this tap. The sink here has a pull down nozzle. It sprays. It is a really, again, a swivel. So it's just like your normal kitchen sink at home. And then soap dispenser right here. We just got one of these little like suction cup baskets here to hold our brush and a sponge and a few other things. That makes it really convenient so that they're not clinging around when we are on the road. Right above, we've got some paper towels that is just permanently mounted there. Down here is all of our cooking ware. This side is the trash side, and this is actually the only bar that really sticks out on the EarthRoamer. And honestly, I haven't had any problems with like running into or anything. So we just keep our dish drying towel right here. And honestly, I think because this is such a low profile, I personally would love a few more hooks and things around on the EarthRoamer. Besides this, there's nowhere to hang things really too much on the inside. So that's probably the only interior negative I have to say about this. I could use a few more hooks. But on the upgraded LTX, that was fixed and they added a few more hooks. So inside of this one, we've got our pull-out trash bin, and then behind here is a little bit of extra storage. So we use this for a lot of our like stand-up liquids. We've got an extra roll of paper towels and toilet paper. There's actually a ton of space back here. I fit a lot in this tiny little cabinet. You've also got in here a cutting board that pulls out that has its own little spot. And this has rubberized feet so you can stick it anywhere you want, but also it fits perfectly over the sink. So when you're cutting, you have a spot to use, and it kind of extends your countertop a little bit. The nice thing about this design is that you can turn your water on and have your cutting board there. So like I chop dishes, I chop vegetables, I'll run them under the water, cut them up here, so you can still use both of these things simultaneously. There's also a little broom and dustpan that's built in. It has its own special spot. And then a built-in fire extinguisher down here as well. This middle set of drawers in the kitchen, this one pops out and we've got our silverware here. This whole unit is built right into the drawer. Each one has a custom cut slot for the silverware so that it doesn't rattle around as you're on the road. There's, again, it's all real silverware, heavy weighted, so it's not the cheap stuff. You're not paper plating it. These just kind of pop right back into their spaces and everything's perfectly organized. The next drawer, we actually optioned to have this put into our EarthRoamer when we just bought it, and it is our knife set. Now, these knives are very high end and they are extremely sharp. A little scared of them, honestly, because they are so incredibly sharp, but they each have their own special slot here. So they're not gonna rattle around, they're not gonna cut you. Everything's really organized, and every single knife is branded with the EarthRoamer logo on it. How cool is that? I'm gonna very carefully put it back. But they just tuck in here. They are magnetic, so you don't have to worry about them bouncing around either. This next drawer is empty, and so we just keep kitchen randoms in here. And then the very bottom one are the EarthRoamer pots and pans. So these are for the induction stovetop, so all of these work here. In another video, we show you how to unbox these and everything that's in them. So I'm not gonna do it today because it is quite a process. There's a lot of pots and pans they pack into this one drawer. So check that video out if you wanna see more about what is included in this and how you pack them back up. But it fits perfectly into this drawer. There's actually a little cutout here at the bottom with a rubber ring so they don't slide around, and you just tuck in and tuck away. My last kitchen item is the pantry here. It's a full drawer slide out. And, oh, our Oreos came undone. This pantry actually holds a lot more than I thought it would. When I started packing all of our food in here, I was really surprised at how much we can actually fit in here because they're pretty deep as far as the drawers go. You can see my entire hand fits in here. Above your kitchen area, you've got these under counter lighting as well. And the cool thing with the lighting in the EarthRoamer is every single light is dimmable. To make them brighter or dimmable, you just press and hold, and you can increase the intensity of the lighting, and it has a memory, so whatever you leave it at is the next place it's going to turn on to. Up here in this first cabinet, we've got plates, and just like the wine glasses, they are built in a way where they're not gonna slide around. They just slide on out. Ours have this tree pattern on them, and they just slide right back in, and they don't rattle as you go. So it's really, really convenient. You actually get 8 plates up here. Now for us, there's a bunch of extra storage here. So we just put a few of our other like kitchen utensils in here, like scissors, spatulas, and this, and just slide it up here. It doesn't really rattle around. We've put our collapsible Tupperware in here. So there's a little bit of extra space on top of this cabinet for some more storage too. And these are just on a shock, not shock, so it's they're on an arm. They're on a special hinge where they just will stay up, and then you just press them down and they collapse and lock. Same thing with this one over here. This one holds our glasses. So we get 4 EarthRoamer branded real glass glasses. And then we've got 4 bowls and some mugs, and then another little extra space. So I've just been keeping some more kitchen goodies up here as well. The third one is empty. So I bought some soft shelled baskets, and I've been keeping like spices and extra kitchen gear in here, some other like random little stuff. These stack perfectly up in here, and it keeps things from rattling around. Again, softer things, it helps you store a lot, and so it's not just falling out on you when you open this. The fourth cabinet here is all your electronics. So in here, we've got all sorts of things like a direct TV box, a DVD player, an Apple TV. We really only use the Apple TV in here. We also have a bag of remotes. So for the fan, the hatch, all of your electronic equipment all lives in these remotes. And there's actually a Sirius XM back here too. So you can have one for your truck like you usually do, and you have one in the back, and this will just play through your Bose speakers. And there's a few outlets back here too. These are USB outlets. And then this bottom one, yeah, just another USB-C. So you could plug things in here to like charge up if you needed to, and just tuck them away in this cabinet. Underneath my cabinets, we've got a sofa here. And while it looks a little bit shallow, this actually is a really cool feature because we've got a few more controls over here. The first one is the base of the sofa. And all you have to do is move it on out. And you've got a much larger seating area. And it goes for quite a ways. These cushions actually pop off. You can fill in the gaps here, and you can turn this into a little bed. I'm about 5'5". You can see that you're not gonna sleep a full like adult here. If you got kids, you could turn this into a bed, have an extra little sleeping section as well. Your sofa cushions pop off. They've just got clips here. And on each side behind the sofa, you've got these wooden cutting boards, more or less, but they fold all the way up. And now you have extended countertop here. So both of these could be one giant counter all the way across as you're cooking. So you have a lot more surface area than you might expect in your kitchen. Right underneath your controls, you've got two outlets here, and we just popped in this so that we have a little bit more outlet space as well to plug things into. Let's talk windows. All the windows in our LTS are the same. They work the same way. You've got this screen here, which we have right now, and then below it, you've got a blackout shade, which you can pull all the way up and have this completely blacked out for when you sleep. Additionally, you just pop these, and this goes all the way up, and now you can get some fresh air here. The window comes in and out, latches with these latches, and then you can have open air on both sides. On this side, right behind our fridge and freezer, we've got your little dinette table here. This table here will like disassemble. You have to like pull this leg out and fold it down and such, but this actually can turn into another sleeping area too. So you could have two smaller beds if you've got smaller children that can be here. Or I guess if you just wanted to pop this down and have more of like a lounge area, you could do that for this table as well. One interesting thing that we've actually noticed on this table is that on this side, there's a little bit more depth here than on the other side. So it's not like perfectly centered. I don't know if there's a specific reason for that or not, but just one of those little quirks we've noticed. Above my window, we've got some AC vents here. So this is the front AC. I showed you the rear one on the back wall. So you got two different controls. So you could put them both on, you could put one on. There's a lot of different options for staying super cool in the EarthRoamer. Above this here is where our big control panels are. So this is really where we can control everything from the inside of our EarthRoamer. This part is our solar charge, and honestly, I don't really pay attention to this that often. We've got gray tank draining, batteries. Again, I don't really touch this all much, just the gray tank when I need to empty it. This is the main outlets, microwave, stove, water heater, etc. We just flip these on when we need to use them. This part here tells us our systems. So here we turn the light on, we can see how much fresh water we have, the gray water percentages, the amps we're drawing, how much charge we have. So this is our central, how much are we using let's be conservative with our resources panel. And then again, just turns on like lighting, roof hatch, fans, the bathroom lights, the Wi-Fi we keep on all the time, the water pump, the drains, the sofa controls, all of this is done from these manual switches here. So we've got the inverter controls, heating controls, AC controls. So really any system you want to use on the interior of this EarthRoamer, all done up here. This pops open and it's just like the actual boxes for the units back here. Right next to the controls, we've got another open cabinet. We did the same thing, little baskets up here, threw a bunch of our little things like electronics, sunglasses and that kind of thing, just lives up here in this empty cabinet. And then right behind me on this table, we've got this magazine rack situation. Honestly, I really wasn't sure what we were gonna put here, but as we've been packing things up, we've actually happened to fill this with manuals and our national park guide and all sorts of other things here. And then of course, a few more controls. Again, it's the overhead lighting, then direct the floor. This set of controls shows up multiple places in the EarthRoamer. So wherever you happen to be, you can have control of your lighting. You don't have to get up and like walk across the other end, right? The far walk to the other control panel back there. I believe EarthRoamer's intent really was about how can we make things easy and livable in here. No spot in the EarthRoamer is wasted storage. So down here, we've got another deeper magazine rack than the top one. So we decided to pop a computer bag in here, really easy, electronics bag, and this just holds a few more things. And then get this, right underneath the table and right underneath this bench, these are actually drawers that pop out as well. They're not very deep. I'd say maybe like 3 inches or so, but they hold some, again, some shallow things, easy just to tuck them away down here. The very last piece of storage and this part of the EarthRoamer is this drawer here, which comes out from underneath this bench. We have filled with shoes. The previous owners of this particular EarthRoamer actually had a cat that lived in their EarthRoamer with them. And so they had this lined in here so they could put their litter box in the EarthRoamer. Probably not my first choice as an EarthRoamer, but you know, actually it works out really nicely for our shoes because we can throw our dirty shoes in here and it's lined and we can just wipe this out really, really easily. On ours, we got a little cat door cut out here at the bottom of our seat. I think someday we'll probably just cover that up and to get this finished off so we can put a few more things in this drawer. Honestly, this one holds a lot of stuff, way more than I thought it would. Underneath our table, we got another vent, and then we've actually got 2 more outlets down here and a USB-C charger, so you can plug things in as you're working at the table. Lastly, we've got the sleeping area. Some EarthRoamers actually have a staircase that's built in here that you can pull out. Ours doesn't. At first, I thought that was a little strange, maybe, like, but I don't think I'd ever actually use it. I always just kind of climb up in here. And we learned from EarthRoamer, if you don't have the staircase in here, you actually get a few more inches of depth in your bed area, which is really nice because that means that I can have a little bit more headroom when I sit up in bed. All I do is grab onto this bar and swing on up. I'm about 5'5" and I definitely can't sit up straight in this area. But if I sit under the hatch, I've got plenty of headspace here. So really, it depends on where you want to sit and how tall you are, if you can fit in this upper section. We've got a different set of overhead lights, and then we've also got another fan here. So if you don't want to turn your AC on, but you want a little extra breeze, this opens as well. This is a unique size bed. It's like in between a king and a California king size. EarthRoamer does have a custom mattress shape that fits in this spot perfectly. It's about a 4-inch mattress. For us, after sleeping on it a few nights as side sleepers, it was fine, but we wanted to be a little bit more comfortable. So what we did is we actually added, I can't even get down here. We added this 3-inch cooling memory foam Tempur-Pedic pad, which fits like pretty nicely as far as the shape of this goes, and it makes this bed so dreamy, so comfortable. Generally for sheet size, let's tuck that back in there. Ooh, We are using king size sheets on this. With a deep pocket on those king size sheets, it fits pretty well because you get that extra fabric to stretch. It's not perfect, right? There's some like tight areas and then there's some like loose wrinkles on the sheets parts, but it's pretty close. So I would suggest on this, king size roughly. We actually did a queen size comforter on here because it fits edge to edge and it's not going to fall over the sides, right? Because you don't want too much fabric. We still need to dial in our bedding a little bit. This is an old duvet cover that I pulled out of our house. It's actually like a California king size duvet. We're going to get a queen size one, so it's not quite so much fabric up here. So there's still a few more things that I'm trying to perfect in this bedding area, but overall we're feeling pretty good about the extra mattress piece and then the bedding sizes. Right here behind the electronics cabinet is a few more things. We've got our smoke detector back here. We've got 2 more outlets, and then we've got interior lighting panels again. So you can sit in bed, you can turn off all of your lighting from here without having to get out of your cozy bed. You've also got a few more USB outlets here, a 12 volt here. So there's a lot of charging power options. Now on this particular model, we don't have any storage up here, and we don't have any storage underneath our mattress because we don't have that staircase, which provides the extra bit of storage under there. So we are probably gonna get the side storage built into this EarthRoamer just so we have some place for like end table type stuff and a little bit extra. It will shrink our mattress size, probably like 6 inches or so, but this bed is so giant, we're probably not even gonna notice a difference here. And that's gonna allow us for our outlets to actually like sit on something, our phones to sit on something instead of just like dangling down here from the side. That's something that EarthRoamer fixed really in the LTX. Instead of like dangling cords and outlets from the top of the ceiling, they built them into the side pieces so that they're not just hanging down like that. We've also got our TV back here, which is perfect for watching something before bed. This TV actually will swing out this way and face the other part of the Galley. And there's a Bose speaker down here. Now, because we added that like 3-inch memory foam, we can't actually swing it out right now unless we like raised it up. And then we could push this down a little bit and swing it out. It is on gas shocks on the back, so it can be up or it can be down. And again, this whole arm swings. So there's a lot of different configurations you can do with the TV. Behind our pillows, we've actually got 2 of these little reading lights back here, which honestly, we've never even turned on. And then we've got speakers back here. So you got that a little more of the surround sound back as well. Both, move our pillow collection. There's windows back here as well. They also pop open. They have screens, they have blackout shades. So there's a lot of lighting inside the EarthRoamer. To get up onto the roof of the EarthRoamer, you've got this hatch here, and ours is powered by a remote, but there's also a blackout shade. So you can sleep soundly here. And if you want a little bit of air, you could pop this open, and then there is a screen here too. So just like all the other windows, this hatch works the same way. You can get up to the top of the EarthRoamer. There's solar panels all along the top, but you can actually walk on them. It's recommended not to like put anything sharp and pokey, so we're probably not gonna put like our camp chairs up there, but we like to do some yoga on the roof. We got yoga pads, we can sit up there. It's just a whole extra living space on the roof of our EarthRoamer. Last but not least, on this side of the bed, very similar, we've got your interior lighting controls as well, another outlet, AC, vent, another reading light that we've never used, and I just hang my hair clips on, a few more USBs, 12 volts, and then our CO2 monitor up here. That's pretty much everything on the inside of our EarthRoamer. If there's anything that I missed or that you're wondering about, please drop a comment. We're also going to do an exterior tour, including the cab, so you can see a little bit more about the technical systems and the outside storage. Let us know if there's anything else you're curious about with living on the inside of an EarthRoamer.